Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I am Myles Sergé, and that person to my right is who?
D-KNOX, aka D-KNOX. Although I should have probably flipped it and said it the other way, but who cares?
What, like Knox Donnell?
I should have probably said Donnell Knox, aka D-KNOX. Somebody, some grammar nerd out there is gonna correct me for sure.
Yeah. And welcome to MS Live, y'all. So, what's good, man? You all right?
I'm good, man. Finally settling in more to the new place. You know, it's less chaotic over here with the boxes, so I'm feeling more like home. Made some major decisions recently.
Okay.
You know, getting rid of some things and keeping things, and
Yeah.
you know, all about like new life, new experiences, man.
Yeah.
How about yourself, man? How's things back there in the mitten?
It's all right, man. It's all right. The weather sucks. It's currently raining right now in Flint.
The same over here.
Yeah.
It's been raining on and off. It seems like what happens there happens here too.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like a dual universe or something, but
Yeah.
I know that. So yeah, it's been raining. It was hot the other day. So it's been like, it's warmer now. I think the other day, early in the week, it was like 90 degrees, and I'm at work. We had a tornado warning, and we had to go shelter in the bathroom, and just craziness. But it's just Michigan weather. But I can say this, you know, it's not bad. At least it ain't snowing. So
what's funny is they think like in school, go in the bathroom. Remember in school, you say, "Oh, get in the hallway, put your head down." It's like, how is that going? I remember even as a kid thinking, how is that going to help me if a tornado comes in here?
Right. It's funny that you said that because one of my coworkers yesterday, or the day before on Friday, said something like, "Yeah, remember when you were in elementary, they used to make you go outside and put your head next to the locker in the hallway or something?" I'm like,
who thought of that?
The locker's going to collapse and fall on you. But it was just crazy. But I don't know. It's crazy. Weather is crazy.
Yeah.
So that being said, y'all, let's get this show moving. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, let people know we are here. Since we're on that subject, analytics. So we're on a goal to get 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Currently, we're at 651, and this is all updated as of now. It's kind of been hovering around 649 last week. So either we're not reaching our goal, or we're not getting it out there, or not, or people are just kind of looking. But if you're gonna look, just hit the subscribe button. It's free, y'all. It helps us get to where we need to go, especially, you know, getting out here in this algorithm, and allows us to get to the point where we need to get monetized. So far we got to get to 1,000 to get monetized, and we also got to get people watching to get the view hours up. So we got to get that going. But anyway, to help us get there, like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Don't cost anything. It's free. Helps us out. We are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you don't want to see us or can't see us, but you want to hear the fantastic program that we have happening here, you can always listen to us. When you're there, please subscribe to the channel on those platforms. You can also follow us on Instagram, MS Live with D-KNOX, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at MS Live with D-KNOX. You can also email us, and the guy that takes care of the email is actually here today, so he will get the emails, hopefully. But let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know any issues, problems, or guests that you might want to see if we can get on the show. Let us know. Email us at mslivewithdknox@gmail.com. Since we're not monetized, we are also looking for support to help us keep going. Support the show via PayPal. You can send donations at mslivewithdknox@gmail.com, or simply, there you go, scan the QR code that's in the upper corner. I think it's upper left corner. If you scan it there, it takes you to the PayPal donation site. You can set up recurring donations and donate whatever you want. Or don't do anything, but just check it out. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us out. So today, we got some help, y'all. Like I said, our male guy is here, so let's bring him on stage. Welcome, Roberto Ingram. What's up, bud? How you doing, man? You good?
You guys, hey man, you guys getting rotten emails, man. You gotta. I had to X some of them for. I didn't want you
Okay.
guys to hear some of the hate mail y'all was getting.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. So I'm glad people are mailing you because we haven't seen anything. So I mean, you kind of filtering. So you've been
So
all right.
that must mean I'm lying. Then that's for sure.
Could be, or you're not doing your job. So
I'm gonna say they lying.
all right, that's cool.
Try to get the heat off my back. How you
That's
doing,
all right.
everybody?
We're
Thank
all
you
right.
for having me on the program, man. I'm
Yeah, thank
excited
you for
about
joining
today.
us. We got an exciting show for you guys today. A legend of the game. I've had dealings with him for a while back in a long time ago. I think so
Dealings?
has everybody on the show. So, but he's one of these people who I know for a fact has been a game changer, and he's a legend, and we greatly appreciate him. So when we stop talking and I'm gonna get this thing moving, please, people, welcome to the stage, the man, the myth, the legend, Orlando Voorn.
Hey guys,
How you doing?
doing good, man.
That's great. That's great. Thank you for joining us today.
No
Yes.
problem.
It
My
is a pleasure, my brother.
Yes, it is. So if you haven't been watching the show, or if you have been watching the show, we name each episode, and today's episode is no different. That being said, welcome to MS Live with D-KNOX Season 2, Episode 47, Flash with Orlando Voorn.
Yes,
So-
yes, Mr. Orlando. Man,
D-KNOX.
it's a pleasure. It's been a while since we met up in Hotlanta, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay. You
Thomas.
came through, man. You came to my auntie's house,
Yeah,
and then we left and hit up the little Twain's pub.
right.
It's one of my little favorite spots over there. Had a nice little conversation, but it was great to see you there that time, man. And
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, link in Atlanta while I was on vacation at that. So
Right,
we say hot
Yeah.
Atlanta. So
right.
you know,
Been a couple of years already now.
yeah, just time just
Yeah,
seemed to
it's-
fly. But I tell people, I remember when you came, you had your MacBook and you plugged it in to the car radio and you was playing tracks that you had made that
Oh,
day.
yeah. I was
while we
very
was
into
driving.
that hip hop stuff still. I was
Yeah.
trying to get into the hip hop thing
Yep,
for a
I
minute.
remember you telling me that.
And I even went to one of them strip joints in Atlanta that later on got closed, by the way. I went to play these beats. These rappers wanted to, get on them. And then at some point, I got so tired of it. And I was like, man, what are you doing, bro? Just quit that. Just go back to what you was doing
Yeah.
before. It was one of those moments where I was like, oh, I really want to get into this. Let me see if I can get into, but it's a whole different ball game. Rap
Oh,
is
it
a
is.
whole different ball game, mentally, and so I was like, just
Leave it.
go by your road. But I still love rap. I mean, I love old
Oh,
school
yeah.
rap,
Here we are, dude.
especially old school boom bap. I love that still. But
Yeah, man. Because if you didn't leave it alone, next thing you know, we was gonna look up and see you on Hip Hop Atlanta or something like that.
Right. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to.
you be on there.
I wouldn't want to end up there at all.
Arguing, Orlando, what you do that to me for, huh?
Hey, you see Orlando, that old ass is in the Ratchet show over there. Look at the old ass Trick Daddy. No, thank
You be
you.
on there. Oh
So,
boy,
yeah.
boy. So hey man, so with that being said, let me start this off by asking you two questions in one. First is, what was early life like for you, the day-to-day, growing up in Holland, and what is day-to-day life like for you in Atlanta at this current moment?
Well, I'm not in Atlanta no more.
Oh,
I'm in Henderson, Nevada right now. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
back the difference from Holland. Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, back in the day when I started out, we started out with little gear, and we would go to. I would go to the studio. I would really go to the studio and mix my production out. So that's kind of how I started it in the beginning. And but very quick after the first couple of tracks done like that, I bought some gear. I bought a mixer, mixing board. I started buying equipment to expand, because I was thinking, this is kind of my thing. I want to do this. I can see. I was already thinking about splitting up projects and doing different type of styles on the project, and it's starting to work. And already quite early on, I did my first frequency record with the guys from Lower East Side Records, and that was my starting point, really, because Dylan Hermelijn, 2001, he was a friend of mine. We were real close back then, and he told me that, yeah, you're making techno, because I was tired of the rap. I was doing rap back before all that with rappers, and I didn't want to do it anymore because it was always a problem. It was always a problem about finances and how they think that money comes flying out the sky. So I was like, let me do something that I really can do by myself. And, so I started these tracks, and with the hip hop inspiration background, I started sampling and put shit together. That's how the first frequencies came about. And when I went into the Lower East Side Records and released the first record, that did really well. I mean, I had already get some attention from the UK, but the second one, the Where's Your Evidence, that really blew up quite a bit of a storm overseas. And I had even like Joey Beltram, guys like Joey Beltram put a chart in it and stuff. And that was like kind of like my example for doing a great techno record. I thought Joey Beltram was really dope. And there were a couple of guys, Suburban Night and stuff, and they were really inspiring me at the time. And then also some Dutch guys inspired me very much. Dimitri and Erik Nuhan. They had a label called Best Records, and they had a certain unique style of producing, and they had the same equipment I had, which was a W30 from Roland. That was that was one of my main thing, Roland W30, and I had a Matrix Overheim 1000 on the side, and of course the Yamaha DX100. So I only really needed those three to do what I needed to do. I wasn't really looking too much further at that time, and did a lot of sampling also. So I would just sample a sound, if I hear a record that I liked and I hear the sound that I didn't have, then I would sample it, and then I would just transform it into something. And that's how I made Kiss the Sky for frequency. It sounds like I have a Pro 1 running or something, but it was just a sample that I manipulated. And that's how I made these records. That record, by the way, was sampled to death by Goldie on his album later on. Yeah, which is another conversation. But yeah, so the first records were so smooth. It went smooth. I was inspired by Joey Beltram, so I made Night Trip Tone Exploitation. It was kind of my answer to his Energy Flash. And it worked. It worked like really well. So first I was really inspired and started to find my sound and stuff, and make more projects. That's how I started out. It was all very naturally how it was going, and also my connection with Detroit was introduced to me really. By Lower East Side Records, by Jeroen. Because Jeroen told me after I did the Kiss the Sky record, he said, yeah, you sound like Juan, man. Juan X, he said, you know Juan X? I said, are you crazy? I said, of course I know Warren Atkins. That's Cybertron, you know? That was one of my one of the records that I grew up on, together with some other classics from back then. So they brought us together, and I started doing the Frequency versus Atkins project with him, and that's how I kind of started to everything come together with Detroit, because Blake Baxter was at that time in Holland. And he was at the Roxy Club, and he thought one of my records, Solid Session, was his favorite at the time. So I went to the Roxy and talked to him, and then we went to I went to Detroit at some point. So yeah, the transmission from going to Detroit was very easy for me. It was super easy because that time was different. You know, it was a more of a relaxer time. It was not all about money. You know, it was a friendly basis type of thing, and so yeah, it was really easy for me to get in Detroit, and they considered me a brother real quick there, because I also was not a braggy person. I'm not a bragger, you know. I'm not going to go in your environment and and ask all stupid questions like, oh, what kind of gear do you use? Oh, people
I hate
stuff that people don't like. You know, you're not going to ask those questions. So Michael Banks, for instance, he was like, look at that motherfucker. He's over there quiet. He's over there sitting in the corner, and he is not, he's just reading a magazine. He's not asking me no stupid questions. That's a cool ass motherfucker. That's how my first contact with Banks was. So I was in, it was cool. So
could it be your music? Could it be your music that just opened up everything for you, because you didn't have to say nothing?
Well, of course. But also as a person, you have to click with somebody. It's not just your music, I mean, as a person, I feel like if there's a lot of people in this game that are complete fucking assholes, and I don't want to deal with you if you're an asshole. I don't give a fuck if your music is good. If you're an asshole, then stay away from me.
Right.
Do your thing. I like good people, and I like honest people.
Right.
And just so we clicked in that perspective, and of course my music speaks. You have to. You don't establish this by just talking.
Right. That's true.
You have to come with something. Fixed Splash, I never knew. Because when I made Fixed Splash, that's a good thing to talk about as well. When I made it, my best friend said, "What the fuck is this?" He looked at me like, "What the fuck is this?" I said, "This is the shit." That's what I said to him. "This is the shit. You watch." And it took 2 years, but I heard that it was first a hit in Detroit. So it was a hit there first, and that's like the biggest compliment for me, a guy from Holland coming in, getting respected there, because your track just flies off. And Kevin was cool as hell, because I went to KMF back then. I gave him the tape. He was very, very cool about it. He took that tape, and he put that on some other thing. He went in the car. I said, "I'm gonna take a drive. I'll be right back."
A DAT tape, y'all. DAT
tape. Yeah. And he went to drive, and then after 50 minutes, he came back. He said, "Yeah, Flash is A side, Dope Computers B side. Let me take you to the bank."
Oh.
To the bank, cut me a check. And later, I didn't even realize, but later on they said, "Hey, you understand that every DJ got 2 copies of your record in their back?" I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Wow." And at the same period of the time, I did the record with Juan in my studio, which is the Game 1 on Infinity. And he came into my place, which I had a little bit more gear. I had the Jupiter 8. I had a new mixing board. I had some recording gear, 16-track analog tape and stuff. And I had a little bit more gear. So I said, hey man, let's fire this shit up. So we did. And it was a real 50-50 collab. It was super dope. We was putting it together. It was really put together like in half an hour or some shit. And so Juan went back to his home and called me up the next day. I said, hey, you okay if I would put this out on Metroplex? I said, fuck yeah, I will be okay with that. Just go ahead. So, and that was another one that just, it went like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did you realize the magnitude of, you knew the label, right? Very good, huh?
Yeah, I knew the magnitude of what was happening, but
Okay.
I didn't realize that particular record that we did was going to explode like that, because it really exploded. And so that was all good. It's all stuff that you do when you do it with an intention that is real, then shit comes out good.
Right.
If you're over there having bad intentions, or you think about money too much, or it's just another type of distraction that comes with it, you have to put your soul in it. And that moment you have to capture what you can do. And as a collab, that's a difficult thing. Normally, I can't just sit with anybody and do a collab and then feel like it's 50%. Because the first time I did a collab with him, I was doing the most of the work, and I thought that was kind of, but he still put some level of thing to it that I learned something from it. You know what I mean? If I learn something from you, then it's a great collab.
Right. And that was actually kind of along the lines of my next question, or my question to you. So, I mean, throughout the time, like, you've kind of got these relationships with a lot of Detroit artists. So, in these relationships, did the relationship kind of influence any way you started to like look at your production or your different styles or through these relationships?
No, the style change that I felt was perfect for me, and that's why when I started making successes, was to listen to Detroit music more.
Okay.
And that was presented by my boy 2001. It was just fair play. He was the one introducing me to all these records. He said, "Hey, check this out." He was so new to all the fat records that came out of Detroit, and I would listen to that. I was like, "Shit, that's fucking insane." And then I would listen to Derek May shit, and I would listen to Juan shit, and I would listen to all these guys shit, and I would like, God damn, this is so good. And I would get super inspired by it, but it was the same sentence. The best sound, best records on the Dutch label that I was talking about, really important to me, because those guys were having the same energy, but just a little bit out of space kind of energy, And so with all those things together, combined, I found myself the style that I wanted to keep doing for a long while. I came out with Complex, that project, and where I used a lot of DX 100. That was one of my favorite toys, and I've never really put effort or to get a 909 or any of that. I was taught, bless you, I was taught by myself, if you can sample things and make it sound good, it's fine. And that's the same way I think right now. I think a lot of people think that a piece of gear is something that's going to make them or break them, or they want to just show up that they have a bunch of money and put a lot of stuff in the room and then thinking that's going to do it for them. And sometimes it won't, Sometimes it's just a waste of your money because you're not that particular person that needed to do this stuff, but because your situation, you was able to put it all together. I have learned along the way in 35 years that an idea is coming out of your brain, and you can relate it in the way you need to do it, and you can use any piece of gear to do so. And I think that people do not have to be distracted about what a certain people got. Moody Man said it so, the same thing. It's not what you have, it's what you do with it. And that's kind of how I feel like things.
Yeah. Berto?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm really impressed, and I've always been impressed with when I first heard your sound. And I was always wondering how you were able to cross all these different genres. I know you got, if I can calculate your numbers here, you got like a total of 214 releases. You have 17 albums, 166 EPs, 7 compilations, 3 DJ mixes, miscellaneous, and lots of appearances. I know the one of my favorites was, I think it was Infinity or something like this.
Yeah,
Uh,
we just discussed this one. That was
yeah,
the game one.
yeah, the game one. But how were you able to lock in and cross all these borders without people confusing what it is that you really do and what kind of
Well,
music, what kind of
well,
sound?
I kind of learned. See, my base for all this is my past. This is my past musical upbringing. My dad used to, when I was little, I was already into music. Anything that had to do with a record, I wanted to. I was little, and my dad used to give, when I was big enough, he used to give me a pile of 45s,
Mm.
and that would be Suriname music. 'Cause my dad was from Suriname, and he would give me Suriname music. I didn't care what it was. It was a record, so I could put it on and I could play it. So I went to different styles of music, man. I went to uh, like I played drums very early. That was my bass instrument.
Drums.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I started when I was really young with that on pots and pans, on my own, on whatever I could find. I would drum. So
Never
I
had a
went.
drum set?
Sorry.
Never had a drum set?
Yeah. I had drum set.
Okay.
It
Okay.
took a while because my dad didn't want to, he didn't want to give me one. So he said no.
I don't know
So
what kind of brain you live.
his friend told him, "Look, you got to give that boy a drum set." You know, and that's when he was like, "Okay." And then he gave me, and I had one of those, not the real drum set, but the practice one, with the little small thing, so it
Yeah.
was not too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those. But um, coming back to the styles of music, yeah, I went to different styles. My favorite band, rock band, symphony rock band, was Rush at the time, and Rush had drummer Neil Peart, and that was my example for a drummer. So I was studying him like crazy,
Mhm.
the double kicks, the bass drums, and stuff like that.
Mhm, mhm.
So went to different styles of music, reggae. Then I had a reggae period. Then I had a hard rock period where I had was Motorhead, and hardest hardest shit, and I would get all my energy out. Then went over to disco because disco came in. We had the 80s rap, all these styles together. I liked a lot of the shit. I was not only liking one style like everybody doing now. Oh, you whack because you do one style. Get out of here. And I think these people are stupid
Mhm.
because you miss a lot of flavor in your life. You want to eat your favorite food every day? No, you don't.
Right.
Because if you eat it every day, it's going to come out your throat. You'll be like, fuck the shit. I ate the shit yesterday and the day before and the day before. Now it's gross. So yeah, I feel like people are way too in one thing. That's the one thing about this scene is fucked up because we used to go back in the day where we could play anything.
Yep.
You can't anymore. You got to choose now. You got to choose. Oh, you go to a Berghain, you got to play 150 beats per minute because everybody loves the shit. You don't play that particular style, oh, they're gonna look at you a little weird.
Mhm.
Mm. You know, it's all one vision thing for a lot of people, and
Well,
that's cool. And that's cool if you want to do that, but
mm,
not for me because I
mm,
like variation.
mm. Are you talking when you okay? Because if I hear you say that correctly, I listen to Theo Parrish. Theo Parrish is able to do this, cross to play everything. When I hear it said,
Well, yeah, because it's a music lover.
Mhm.
Theo is a music lover. He don't care about his looks. He don't give a fuck about nothing but his music. His music is his everything. You got a lot of cats like that, like that. You got Rick Wilhite, pure music lover. Those guys know the best shit. They
Mhm.
go and search and scope, and they have the best shit. And everybody wonders, oh my God, where do you get these records? Because they're music lovers.
I
And
guess
they
what I meant.
are.
I guess what I meant was you are also a music lover. It is clear, and I was hearing, listening to you speak about these boundaries, and then you just mentioned two or three names that just opened the doors again. So was it just the wrong people not understanding?
No, it's about what is your upbringing. I mean, I can't blame anybody for not knowing good music. There's a lot of people that don't know not good music because they get fed the stupid shit, and they are thinking that's what it is, and they only interested maybe in being seen because this is selfie type of environment where everybody got to show that they're out. They don't really care about a lot of the plain. If you take 1,000 people, I'm going to say this with no remorse, but if you have 1,000 people in a club, I bet you that. Now let me be cordial. 900 people don't know what the fuck it is. They're there for to be seen and to be out and to not think about their week of fucked up job.
Mhm.
But there's only 100 people in there that might realize what good music is. But I
I
think,
remember. Mhm.
but you see in these festivals, a lot of these lineups, I'm not getting warm off of it. I don't. I like smaller club vibes because that's where people come for your style of music and they understand where are they going that night.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you know. But as far as styles of music, there's a lot of people out there that love music and do the right thing, females and males. And
Mhm.
there's also a bunch of the opposite. But we always have this in the game. You know,
Always. Yeah.
we always had whack and good and whatever your taste is. Because what
Mm.
for me is whack. What can I say? You know, what for me is whack is somebody else's godlike track. So it's just a matter of taste as well. But to find yourself in this game, you have to be really persistent in what you want to do for yourself, because it's most important for a person that produces and is creative that he expresses him or her the way he feels.
I guess I have to say I was one of those stupid people that walked into a club and they didn't know what the heck I was hearing, but but it inspired me to go and redo and follow these Detroit guys.
Well,
So
yeah, and you can't
yeah, I
blame
was
no, you can't
yeah,
blame
yeah, yeah.
nobody. I have played for people in the past when I was in UK. I remember it like a day was yesterday because those things are, just stick. I played a really popular Detroit record. I think it was Derek May at the time. Some Strings of Life.
Strings of Life.
This girl comes to the booth. She says, "Oh my God, I have never heard anything such like this music in my life. What is this?" You know.
Exactly.
And I had it
That's
in
crazy.
Mexico last time. I played in Mexico
Mhm.
just a couple of months ago. And there was a little girl that came with her boyfriend, and she was just mesmerized. She was like, "Oh my God, it was so good! Like, I've never seen a DJ like you."
Cool.
you know, and I was like, oh, thank you so much, you know. That right there is like a testament to me that I'm still okay with what I'm doing. You know, I'm 58, and the young 20-year-old couple comes to you and all mesmerized. Oh my God, the music is great.
Right.
And we have a, you know, so that's kind of like the stuff that keeping you going, you know, and also just the drive to do a better production than the one before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it's you know, everything seems to start to come together now. I mean, it's a lot of work that I've done, and a lot of people, you know, they over time, shit gets forgotten. You know, stuff
Fucking
moves.
can't keep up with your butt. I'm telling you. They're like, why? I can't
Yeah,
keep up
yeah,
with
but
this stuff.
but you really, but the thing is this: the most thing that people remember is your successes. You know, they don't look at the stuff that it might be even better than your successes. They look at your successes, and that's what counts. So if you make another success, which I'm about to have, I have another track called it's called "Keep Pushing," and it's doing major numbers on, on TikTok and everything. So I'm having a little thing with that. We have permission to use it because it's from an older record, and so I'm putting that out, and it's going well, and it's in a different field than the techno fixed flash thing. It's just a vocal, nice old track. They all seem to love it. You know, I was like surprised because those things come not they just come out of the sky. You know, you can't just make stuff that happen that way. It just you do something that you like, you put it out, and it's just you don't even have to need promotion sometimes. It just takes one person DJ that plays it in the festival, and on one TikTok there were 3,000, 4,000 people asking what the song is. So you see that's going viral by itself. No money, no bullshit promotion costs. That's a DJ that played my shit, and it just went viral. And so I think that's you know that's cool. You know,
Right.
that's a cool way to go for it, man.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't happen every day, and I'm not searching for it either. I'm
Right.
making shit that I like, and if
Right.
that works,
Right.
right?
That was
If I make something whack and it works, I feel so miserable. I gotta listen to that miserable, horrible track, and everybody's going to listen to the horrible track, and they're all going to say, "Oh, what the hell?
right. Right.
Hey, Orlando, how you doing? You know, they'll not be able to go and say that about me. So,
Right.
No. Exactly. Earlier, you were mentioning about this food that you know you don't like eating your favorite food every day.
hell no.
So in this case, let me ask you about your projects then. Do different projects reflect different sides of your personality?
Absolutely. Anger,
Okay.
frustration, being misunderstood, being in a happy mood, being in a very dancing mood, being in a very relaxed mood. All the moods will come over in my music very strongly. Yeah, and also my kind of like my anxiety, you know, anxious self. You know, sometimes you be anxious about stuff and want to do too much. You know, and sometimes I have to pace myself and say, "Hey, you know, just calm down, big man."
Walking, buddy.
So is it like where you're at now? Because you mentioned earlier that you don't live in Atlanta anymore,
No,
where you and I met up. But where you are now, is this affecting your producing of music, or has it have an effect on it?
it's affecting. No, because I can still make angry music if I'm in an angry mood. But I'm not as much as an angry mood anymore. So I also feel like techno is getting a bit. Yeah, it's hard to make something that satisfies me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's very hard. We have 35 years of a history of things, and I don't feel it progresses too much. I'm trying to find a way to do it myself, but it's tough.
It's like stagnant right now.
Yes. What is in right now? What is in and what always has been in and which I just don't really get is the fact that people think that techno is just a beat,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and that it has to be fast and it has to be just the same thing over and over and over and over again. If I go, that was always my thing back when I went to raves. I didn't really like it because they were playing beats. There was no music in there. There was no real soulful feeling. It's just beats. And there's nothing wrong with beats. But I feel like if there's music in there, some type of thing in there, a bass, even a bass line, or something that moves your soul where you feel funk. Because I like the funk. You know, I like the funk. I grew up with the funk. I grew up with George Clinton. I ain't gonna lie. George Clinton, I had everything of him and his whole crew, Funkadelic, the whole thing. That was my bringing up. So it was totally different approach in my head. You know, I was not thinking about just a beat. You know, a beat is cool, but yeah, I like to get off too. You know, people don't seem to not want to get off. They would just keep on going in the same thing. It doesn't really get you off, but it keeps you going. You know, that's my perception from what's going on right now, and I'm not. You know, I just like music too much, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. So what are you noticing on these parties, these recent parties that you've been playing on? Because I noticed that you played with Damon Wild and Adam X in New York.
Yeah, that was dope.
Last month.
Yeah, that was a dope party. That was a good party, but it was also a bit of a different crowd in there. It was not
That's
as
what
a
he
techno
mentioned.
crowd, you know. It was more of a crowd that was half on vacation there, and then half was known there. So it was kind of like a family kind of like a setup, you know. But the sound system was banging, man. Super sound system there. Yeah, but even there, I couldn't really get off like I would want to get off. You know, I had nights before in my life where I could really get off on playing records. It's hard for me to do that because I'm so far in my mind in production style that people are like, this guy's all over the fucking place. You
Mm-hmm.
know. And again, a lot of people don't want you, what they don't know or what they don't understand, then they're going to point the finger at you like, hey, that's not good. It's not a good DJ. You
Do
know?
you feel like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you feel like you're being placed into the wrong clubs? I mean, come on. What?
No, my career kind of like ended when I did this Awakenings gig back in
Oh, Awakenings. Uh-huh.
yeah. I did an Awakenings gig, and that went terribly wrong. I wasn't ready for that at all
Oh,
mentally. I
really?
had a bunch of that period of my time was not a good time for me mentally. I
Mm.
didn't even understand what was going on too much music wise when people were playing. And that particular night that I was booked was one of those beach nights, just beats, and farmer style. And then the boom, and then the boom, the little effects on the side, and then we
Yeah,
could.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was totally lost there. I can't say anything else. But the guy who put me there just trashed me. He trashed me like a motherfucker. He
Mm-hmm.
trashed me on podcasts. And thank you, by the
Wow.
way, buddy. buddy. If you look at this one, no problemo, buddy. But he trashed me in a podcast. I was the worst DJ he ever heard in his life. But he was just a little upset that I didn't kiss his ass, because I'm not an ass kisser. I don't kiss people's ass because of the things that they supposedly do for you, because it came 20 years too late for me anyways. I was like, you want me to be excited about this 20 years later, in the game? So that was kind of my attitude, and it was maybe a wrong attitude at the time, but that was my attitude at the time, So when the gig not going well, the end of the story. So I got a bit of boycotted DJ wise. Still am in Holland. No, ain't nobody booking me in Holland, and I don't really care about it at this point, because I have my own career set. Different ways. I knew at some point, I'm not going to be begging you guys for some gigs. I'm not. I'm not going to be the one to do that. So I just gracefully bowed out of the stuff and went on production mode even more. And that's how I said, I had to sacrifice. Came with a sacrifice, but the sacrifice in the end is in my favor, because I still do what I do. I still love what I do. I still have successes in what I do. So I don't really need to be that DJ and play with other people that I might not even like to play with. Because there's a lot of people out there, DJ, that I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around them. I don't need to be around them, And I'm not a clique person. I don't like cliques. I respect personality. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I see that your personality is shady, no, it's good to know then. I'm not going to be worried about it, but it's good to know in the back of my head. It's this whole industry is based on kissing ass, and I'm not a part of that. You have to come with product that is good. The product will prove itself. I do it every time. It takes time, maybe, but it will work. It will go its own road. I've seen it with my last one. I did zero promotion. I'll put that thing on Bandcamp. That's only where it sits now, and I have already a big deal going on for it to get it out.
So to close this segment, so DJing is no longer your main goal at the moment.
It's not. It's nice if it happens. I'm doing a little China tour, but I'm doing that with people that I love and respect. And I'm not doing it for the money, because the money is not all that. So that's super great, but they love me, and that's more important to me than anything else, because that's when I can do my thing and be myself and be respected for the person you are. If you are in the other area where it's corporate involved, because mostly the bigger corporates, I talk about the festivals and stuff, and they don't care about your feelings or about your where you get booked or how you get placed. They just look at what works.
Right.
And that's about it.
I'm just excited.
That was actually you kind of actually answered my next question about how everything's becoming commercial and the corporate influence on things. And it seems like we've had Funk Devoid we had a couple of weeks ago, and kind of touched on a bit of this too, is that it seems like the moment that money gets involved and people find out they can make money, it's like everything goes to trash. You know what I mean? Like nobody cares about nothing but making money. And it's actually sad. So, I mean, you've been around for a long time, and it's it's kind of good to hear this from other people that's been doing this thing, so younger people can understand that, the current state of stuff is trash. You know what I mean? So,
well, the problem with this thing is, if you don't do it from love, and when you don't start out from that perspective, and you just think that you want to be this big star because that's for your ego.
Mhm.
You know, that's the problem that people are. There's so many egotistical people out there that want to just be famous. You know, why? You know, make sure that you produce something that makes you famous first before you can say that you're famous. If being famous is not fun. People think being famous is great. I don't
It's
think
hard. It's hard.
being famous is a pain in your ass because
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, I hear it all the time from bigger stars. You know, it's not fun. So I don't understand this urge for being famous. But that's another story. I am not the one. You know, I like, of course, you like money. Everybody likes money. I'm not going to say that I don't like money, but I want to make it on my terms and not on somebody else's term that tells me, well, no, you know, this is what works right now, so we want you to go do that. And that happened in Holland when I had my big studio. They had a couple of the A&R guys coming over, and I would play some real dope Detroit shit, and I'd be like, no, this is not even going on right now, Orlando. You need to make a little trance track with a gimmick in it. And I would just show them the door real fast. You know, I would show them the door real fast. But I was stuck there. I was just stuck there because it was the time where this music was everything, you know,
Mhm.
and around 2000. So I started not making any money, you know, and big bills. So
Mhm.
losing all the shit that I had made me want to just go away from there, and which I did. I moved away from my home country because you know they didn't understand what I wanted to do anyways. That's how I felt, you
Yeah,
know.
but
Mhm.
there was nobody. You said there was not the people. I like what you said. I really want to drive this. Working with the people that you love and not focus so much on what somebody else is doing and what's working for them.
Right.
Right? Did you find this? Did you find this community? Did you find this platform? Did you find? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
This is
you find it.
important.
Guys, see, the thing is, you find it with some people, but you also you have to be careful with people because people are sensitive. I mean, sometimes you forget about things that you need to do in life. Sometimes I forget things, you know. But I had relationships that went sour because
Mm.
people will be thinking, you know, they're jealous of what you suddenly approached or what you achieved,
Achieved.
you know, what you achieved. They get jealous. Jealousy and envy is big in this world. Big sin that everybody seems to have in themselves. Is they're jealous over things that I don't even know where to be jealous about. And so you know, it's very delicate to people. You gotta understand later. Also, once I got older, I understand that I make mistakes. You know, I make mistakes as well with people. So you gotta own up to your own mistakes,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
and then if you understand yourself at some point where you can say you gotta own up to your own mistakes, that's when you start knowing yourself the best. And you have to understand that you have to honor a better way to deal with things with others in the future.
Mhm.
Good. That's a great advice.
That's
Thank you
good.
so much for that.
That's definitely good advice because I think that's a lot
Yeah,
of people
because
don't.
that's what I learned, and I'm still have to understand that I have to be humble. You know, humble
Wow.
for your
Powerful.
blessings,
Powerful.
humble for your blessings, humble for your lessons, humble for your lessons that you have gained in your life, so that you understand. Hey, I learned this the hard way. Don't let it happen again
Yep.
because you did this and this and this wrong. Do not let it happen again, or do not try to let it happen again.
Powerful. Powerful message.
I
Like
have
that.
very good people in my life, and I love them very much. And sometimes I'm a bit much, because sometimes I need them a little bit too much, and then they are like, you know, you have to pace yourself sometimes because everybody got problems. Everybody got a situation. Everybody got you know, a bad day and a good day and a better day and a
Thank you
worse
so
day.
much for that. Really nice. Really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice message.
But you have to.
Good,
That's
good.
what I'm saying. When you understand that you, I made a record so deep, right? I made a remix for it. This explains you guys everything. The lyrics of that track, the check them out. It's going to come out on compact. It's the So Deep
On
track.
compact. Oh,
Yeah, the So Deep one is already out, but there's a
looking for them
remix and there's
on
vocals on
compact,
it,
huh?
and it will
Let's see.
explain you exactly what I mean with this.
On
It's
compact.
and yeah,
On compact.
yeah. It will explain, and that's why I put with emotions. Put your emotions into music. This is the beautiful thing about music. You can put your emotions into music. That's why music is so powerful. We can put our frustration in it. We can put our love in it. We can put our anger in it. We can put our good vibes in it, our calm vibes in it. We can put our relaxed vibes in it. All types of vibes we can express in music, and that's what I need. Otherwise, I would go crazy in this world. I would go nuts if I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how I look at it, man.
Have you ever had a point in your career that you like just felt like you were just burnt out, like you never like no
yeah.
energy for creativity, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Though the period after I left, well, the thing was, I when I left my home country, I was dead inside. I had a divorce.
Sorry.
A bad divorce. I decided to leave. I had nothing no more. My whole studio was gone. Everything, I had to sell everything, and I was dead inside. I was completely dead. And I said, I go to where I need to go to, and that was Detroit. And at first, it was a bit looking where what was I'm going to do, with nothing. So then Michael Banks came and he said, "Man, you come in my building, and we get you a sofa, and they will hook you up with a computer." And he took me in, man. He took me in, and I started slowly coming back to life there, slowly every day. Started making music again there, and vibing with the boys, because it was a little bit different for me now, because I had some guys around me, but that do the same thing. And it was motivating, almost motivating. And they gave me a label, Igniter, and so I could make a deal there to get a little bit of money to get around and stuff. And that's how I ended up in Detroit. But before all that, I was plain dead inside, completely destroyed. And nobody really knows this. So this is about the first time that comes out. But
How cool how it is that you're honest about that, because people
yeah, there was a lot
don't
of
understand. They don't
sacrifices.
understand that life. They don't understand sometimes about life.
No, when now you can do two things in those situations. You can give up,
Okay.
and there's a lot of people that give up. There's a lot of people that have not the strength and the perseverance to go through struggles and go back up. They just don't have the energy for it. And I had, for a while, I was in a bad place, mentally, just not in a great place. Even when I was with my new wife, I was not in a great place. That's why I got invited into in awakenings and stuff. That I wasn't really ready for it mentally. So
They didn't understand that. They didn't understand that.
no. Nobody knows what your situation is in front of what.
Okay.
But this is how it goes in life. Everybody, and that's why I never judge anybody anymore, because anybody has problems. Everybody has problems in the world. Even I don't care what your situation is. What it might be different problems from yours, but everybody has problems and situations, and it's just very easy to judge and to be like, oh yeah, he didn't give a fuck, or oh, he just this, or he just that, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's a man talking, you guys. That's what it is. That's a man talking. That's nice. Nice. Sorry, did you had to go through that, but
No,
I'm
it made me stronger in the end.
yeah,
It made me stronger and well aware of what to not to do and what to be careful about. Because
right.
what I did, see, when I had all this equipment, I bumped heads with the wrong persons, the ones that got me the equipment, and there's more story angle to it even. So this whole thing started out by, they wanted to force me to do a certain style of music. I didn't want to do that. Then they came up to my house and bumped on the door with the police officer and collected all the stuff that I had and wrote it up and stuff. And I was so tired of it because I couldn't go anywhere. And that's what I'm saying. People be careful what your wishes are, because some wishes are not turning out the way you think they're going to turn out, even if it sounds good. You can't have somebody pay for your whole studio and then once you have it, you get stuck. Like I was stuck because I was stuck in a company I couldn't even move in because I didn't understand what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
You get nothing for free in this world, man.
right. So and then the thing is, I bumped heads with them. Once I bumped heads with them, it got really ugly because I had to settle. I had to pay some money back, which I did. And after that, the boycott was on. It was so boycotts from all angles. That's how they work. When they are in corporate world and they have the power over all of these entities, these little clubs that we think they own themselves, right? No, they're not owned by them. They're owned by this big entity. Okay. The big entity owns most of these clubs. So they will tell these clubs, look, that motherfucker will get no gig.
Mm.
You see?
It's like
That's how
that.
shit works. Yeah, that's how shit works. You have to be really cautious in this world who you are going against. I was 30. I was very my mind was bigger than my I was too big in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
But
ego or was that ego you
that
talking
was
about?
ego too,
Okay.
yes. And a bit
Okay.
stupid rap,
Okay.
the stupid rap thing, listening to it, getting motivated by it. So that you gotta own up to some things. I listened to this stupid shit, got too into it, and forgot the cause at some point. Then you get people that are farmers and want to hear some trance music. They don't understand. I know what you want to do. I worked with Guru from Gangstar. I did a record with him. He responded. We paid him through the label.
Mm-hmm.
He responded. He gave me a cassette back then. He sent me a cassette. All his homies were piping on the track. Hey, ho, in the end. I was like, wow, get the fuck out of here. Guru on my track. So the label pays for it. Then they press a white label. So I said, yeah, the white label sounds okay. But now we gotta do something. We gotta have the guy on a clip. We gotta do some promotion because this is rap. It's not like our trance music, but we have Guru in out, right? No, we're not gonna do any of that.
Wow.
So I said, guys, fuck you. Don't do nothing but the track because you're going to there's just nothing going to happen with it. Fuck you guys. And they just left it. It was a white label. Left a white label. And nothing got done with it because they didn't believe in it. And there were too much regulations on the record because the record couldn't be shipped. They made a stupid deal. They couldn't ship the record in the United States of America. So it could only be sold in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all these things people don't know, and that's why I'm like, sometimes people don't know. I've seen Jay-Z in person. I've met him. I shook his hand, and his hand was like this. He gave me a handshake like this.
Mm.
I tried to do a track with him, and I came into I went to New York. First, I was going to do a track with Rakim. Rakim agreed to do a track with me. I was talking with. That's why Guru was. His eyes was like big when he seen me because I was in backstage in Holland. They were performing. I was backstage.
Don't tell me it was paid in full. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I went backstage. Rakim was there, and I talked to Rakim. I said, "Hey, Rakim," I said, I have this amount of money to spend, and I want really a collaboration with you." And he really said to me, and this is fucking no lie, he said, "Well, you come to New York, and we go ahead and we can work some out. We go make tracks." So the middleman that that was all with that, I kept on with it, and I told the middleman, "Look, keep that contract hot." So I went to New York, but right when I was in New York, Rakim was not there.
Oh,
I was like, there. Oh my God! I'm over here fucking wasting the business money, and I'm in a hotel in Harlem, Harlem Street, where you see fucking the whole street with black people on this side and on that side. It was so hood and ghetto. I was there, and fuck. Now what am I do now? So dude said, "Oh, I can arrange a meeting with JC, but we'll see. We'll see if he does it for the money." So we went to Harlem, and we went to that little spot that they were at. And when they said on the record, "Yeah, we just take your spot, borrow it, and then we give it back to your homie." Well, that's kind of the spot where they were. They were in an underground hardcore spot. There were 30 fucking young guys with beepers. I'm not talking. I'm talking like 11-year-olds. Okay, with beepers. Really dark. Okay, 30 motherfuckers of that on that side, and that's how we came in. And then I walked on the right side, and Damon Dash was sitting on his little chair.
Oh boy!
And JC was standing there, and some other cats that I didn't know. And so my guy says, "Hey, this is Orlando." So JC comes forward. He gives me a real shitty handshake, like his hands was like nothing, no grip, nothing. And he looked at me like this, and he looked at Damon Dash like, "I don't know this motherfucker. Who is this?" So Damon Dash said, "Yeah, what do you like?" "Yeah, I'm Orlando. So I'm a producer. I have a couple of hip hop beats, and I want Jay on the track." "Oh, what do you got to offer?" I said, "No, the highest we can go is 50,000. Nah. He said, "Nah." I said, "Oh." I said, "So what is it that you wanted?" 100,000. I said, I said, "Are you money hungry or something?" And then JC started laughing. And JC started laughing when I said it. He started laughing.
If you say that to Dame, boy.
Yeah. I said, "Are you money hungry or something?" So if you see this, Dame, what do you think about this now? Because now you fuck motherfucker. Okay. I don't know if you remember, but if you see me now, you surely will remember that you looked at me in the eye and thought I offered you some shit money with 50 grand for JC, mind you. You didn't do anything but sit there and look at me. So I said, fuck that shit.
Kudos for asking.
So I
man.
said,
kudos
fuck that shit.
Up.
And
you know
then I felt that the whole vibe was ruined. So I said, fuck this. And I'm like, we went out of there. And then later on, they said, "Oh, yeah, we didn't know that such and such, you knew this guy, blah, blah, whoop about Rakim and whoopity whoop. Right. Yeah, he can come if he brings a suitcase with 70,000, then we can do 16 bars." I said, "You know what? You guys are fucking nuts. Bye-bye." So that all happened in my career. Nobody really knows about it, but that's the shit that And then when I came back, and then my whole shit went down, and I was thinking to myself, I spent all my time, with these motherfuckers trying to get in there. Well, I should just continue what I was doing, you know, which is techno tracks, man. So that in the end, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's quite a story. But that ain't nobody know about that, you know. And some people won't believe it either. But you know, it's just it happened. And this is why I went, because I didn't have Rakim in the same sentence there. I had to go still do something, right? Because I still was wasting people's money. So I went to my publisher there, which is EMI. I went in the publisher. I gave him my tape. I said, "Can you please ask Guru to listen to this?" And that's how that came about. So, and they took me serious because I was there in person, and I gave him the tape and explained the situation. And they started to take me serious, and you know, and gave the tape to Guru. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
So
That's dope, man. I would never have thought that.
So
but
I think when
dope.
people say when you really want to achieve some things, you gotta understand why you want to achieve them, and then you gotta understand, should you achieve them?
Yeah.
Is it good for you
Yeah.
in the end? But look at all the bullshit that people be going through. I was dreaming about working with Puff Daddy one day.
You had
In
big,
my
you had
dream-
big dreams. He went.
No,
he
in my
went straight to
dream,
the top.
but I'm gonna tell you something strangely weird, and it is not a lie. I swear to God, this is not a lie. I was that obsessed with it, with the rap. Okay, I had a dream one night that told me, "Do not engage with Puff Daddy. You will regret it for the rest of your life." And they showed me in my dream what would happen to me. Right? And he was touching on me. Okay, in my dream. I kid you freaking not. This is serious. The truth. And I've never forgot this. And once I started realizing that, I know there's also a universe out there that will take care of you. Whether it's God or whether it's somebody out there that's protecting you from above and send you messages. Be careful what you wish for. Some wishes can better be left alone.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what D be saying, that he get, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of people don't understand it. What you wish for might be your worst nightmare in the end.
Yeah, if it's not meant for, because everything should be easy. That's what I noticed.
Right.
I noticed, like, even with getting booked
exactly.
or things like that, it should just
I had
happen.
to push too hard.
You know.
That's why I said, and in my last record, Non-Denial, I said in the beginning here, if you need to force it, leave it alone.
Yep. Because you might have, you just go somewhere else down the corner and okay, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Because you should have known. Before the
the thing is, with the universe, man, it will definitely show you in a painful way that you shouldn't have been coming over here. Either somebody will be really rude to you or something will happen. And you'll be like, all right, I learned that's the peace thing I needed. I learned my lesson.
Your peace of mind in this world is everything, and you have to protect it with everything. You have to try to guide yourself with the best decisions. And sometimes we get distracted and make the wrong ones, but you got to hopefully learn from every mistake that you make.
That's funny. I was going to ask you if there was some advice you would give to.
I was going to ask the same question, but
he's been giving advice the whole thing. He's been giving advice the whole show.
Hope you guys are picking up. There's a lot of knowledge has been dropped in this interview.
Yeah.
For sure.
But everybody sacrifices in their own way. That's how I look at it too. Because if you work a 9 to 5, I don't work a 9 to 5. I refuse to work a 9 to 5. I refuse. I struggle hard and sacrifice to do what I do. But I work double hard and triple hard. But I refuse to do the sacrifice that others doing every day, which is to have a 9 to 5 and be bored as fuck and coming home angry and tired, looking at their wife like, leave me alone, you know, and then pretending that they're happy because they have a nicer car than I drive. I don't care about a nicer car because I want to be good inside. If that nicer car comes along the road, great.
All right.
But I'm not the one to stress about it. You know, I stress about my well-being as a person, as how I feel every day. And if music takes me to that.
You
You know,
talked about you talked about how you love the music and how you like to be inside. From what I've understand, you have to. There's something they're saying that 80% business and the other music. Is that because the business part we didn't hear about? We heard about we heard a lot about your passion and the music, but are you up on the business and how the business is going?
yeah, passion is not enough in this world.
Okay.
Okay, passion is where it starts, and passion is what you should keep while you're doing what you're doing. But in the end of the day, yeah, how do you say that? I think it's just important that you be passionate about what you do. That's the first thing. But you also got to understand that there's a business side to the thing. The business side is not nice. Okay. The business side is very complex. The business side changes daily. The business, how you call it, say, the whole thing, how it works. Yeah, we have Spotify now that rules everything. The streaming took over. So we have a lot of deal with changes, and the changes are never always good for the person who makes the music. They are good for the people behind the music that are promoting it, and these corporates that are jumping on it, because major labels will jump on everything that sells and makes money.
Mhm.
And they will know how to make more money out of that than we will ever understand. And this is the problem that we have with this music, is that we gave it out of control to major corporates, and they are now telling us how it works. And now that's the hard part about this whole thing. You have to have successes some kind of way. If you create a vinyl success, then you make more money, I think, than you ever make with streaming. But if you have a real streaming success, you can make some money, but it's in no way comparable to the past, where people make real money with music. You know, it's looks at, be looked at as a throwaway kind of thing now. You know, your track is out one day, and then the next 2 days it's old, you know, because the next one is already out, or there's 20,000 tracks coming out a day.
Yeah.
So there's too much of everything. So for me, I'm just lucky that I was there 35 years ago.
Right.
You know, for somebody else that's is just as talented, or even more talented than me, has 2, 3, 4 times difficult right now than I would have it back then. And
What would you do? What did you have to change to be sure that you were getting the money you deserve? Is it you have your own royalties? You have
well, no,
your masters? Well, give us some advice on that.
well, you know, I first of all, I charge for everything. You know, I charge for my stuff. That's what I do. I make an abundance amount of music without charge for it. But even that is still tough. You know. Um,
Mm. Mm.
um, But I have a publisher. You know, publisher helps with advances here and there when they need to. You know, if you need some help here and there, they'll fork you a little bit of your own money out because you still have to pay back. So it's a bit of an angle where I got involved in, because my dad was a lawyer. Was a lawyer. He's still alive, but he's 91 right now.
Mhm.
But he was a lawyer back then. He didn't understand about music and didn't really want to tell his son, "Yeah, son, I really don't understand it. That you shouldn't really have to sign all this." And he let me sign this first publishing contract. And from that point on, I've kind of been stuck in this publishing deal type of thing, and it's really, it's not the best type of thing to advise anybody either. I mean, you have to stand upon yourself. Please get a job. Do not be stupid like me, and do not get a 9 to 5. Get a 9 to 5 for 3 days, or do something on the side if you need to, because you want to keep ownership over your own material. That's the thing to do. That's the mistake that I made a lot with a lot of things. I got some stuff back here and there, and I took some stuff back because people wasn't paying me.
Mhm.
I would be like, I had a contract with somebody, and that somebody wouldn't pay me. I'll take this back. I take it back. And then when they come complaining, they'll be like, "You motherfucker, you didn't pay me." And that's when I take stuff back and remix it and sell it elsewhere. But it's a tough business, because it doesn't make as much as as consistent money as you would be as a DJ. If you have a full DJ schedule every week for 2, 3 gigs, then your whole shit is paid for already.
Right.
You're done. You have a little bit of course traveling, but most of the guys there can pay in full. They're paid in full, and you have. But again, that's not the lifestyle that I really chose. It's not really my thing, because it's too segregated in styles. I'm too variety of styles of music to play in one club. Yeah, in Mexico, it was a success because these people were not really up to the scale where we are in Europe. Further, as in Germany and in UK, so they were getting down on whatever I was playing, and which was a good feeling, because that's kind of like a feeling I like to have when I play. I like to be able to play a lot of shit, and with these lineups of today, it's tough.
Yeah, but you need to play all night. not just not just 2 hours. See, that's the
2
problem.
hours is a problem, because 2
That's the
hours,
problem right there.
2 hours is then you have to go one way. There's no other way now. You have to go one way, and I can do that, but it's like I said, it's a boring. I wouldn't want to do that every week.
Mhm.
It would take. I see some of these guys. Some of these guys are millionaires, and they're not happy looking. They're not happy in their face. They have certain aura where you can see there's some unhappiness in there, some kind of way. I'm not
You
trying to
damned if you
be.
do, and you damned if you don't, or
Yeah. Because it's I'm trying to find a middle road, which is really hard. The middle road is always this or that.
Right.
Would you say you still on the comeback, right?
I'm not on a comeback. I'm on the road, and I'm staying on the road, and I'm driving on it,
Okay.
and I'm still driving, and sometimes I have to take a little stop on the side,
Okay.
and to fuel up, and then I go back on the road, and then stuff along the road happens. Whatever happens. It can be good, can be bad. I have to face all what happens, like everybody else does, right? It's just there's a way of life, man. Yeah, and the same thing in music. Sometimes I make a good track. Sometimes I make a little less good track. But I also understand when it's less good. So leave that alone. Back in the day, I wanted everything out. Oh, I want everything out.
Mhm.
Now it's like I don't know. A couple of times listening to it, if I already get that feeling after a couple of times listening to it, like it's then I'll leave it.
I guess I have one more question, if I can, Myles. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Just briefly, can you have solo aliases, and you have about 29 of them.
Yeah.
I guess One of my favorites, I guess, would be Fix. Uh, shit, I don't even know half of them. I didn't even know half of them. Yeah, Playboy, PB 2000, The Living Room,
Yeah,
Limited
Playboy.
Edition.
That's a whole different story. Playboy. I I got sued by Hugh Hefner back then.
Oh wow.
For, yeah, I made a record called Paco de Bongo's World, and I had the art guy put Playboy logo on the had Playboy logo with the middle finger up, and it's called Paco de Bongo's World. And somebody at the customs seen the record, and they said, "Oh no, this is infringement." So they sent it to him. They sent it to Hugh Hefner, and I had 3 fucking lawyers coming to me from 3 different angles. And that's why this PB 2000 is there, Playboy. We had to change it to PB 2000. They sent people to the shops to see if the record was still there, because we had to take it out. We were lucky because we had only paid them $3,000 or something.
Wow.
But yeah, we were sued by them. But you I seen the cover, you exploded. Oh! Yeah, another funny story, but it ended. Thank God it ended all right, because it could have been so much worse. I mean, you don't want to fuck with you. See, I was reckless back then. When I was younger, when I was like 30s, I was pretty reckless with these decisions, because most of these decisions will come back to you and will haunt you for the rest of your life. You have to just pay them idiotic amounts of money. So I was lucky.
Yeah.
No.
So
Okay, well, I hope you found yourself in all those aliases.
Oh
because
yeah.
I was going
Of
like,
course,
I was
but,
like going, damn. All right, okay, all right.
yeah, but it's again, I mean, creative. It has to do with contractual. You make a contract with somebody, and you a certain name they want to do for a certain.
Oh, okay.
You
Now I
know,
get it.
yeah, and also styles. Styles.
Oh, because I was wondering, I thought after over time, I felt like, why in the hell am I naming something that's as soon as they ask who it is and they see your face, it's the same person? And I was like going, okay, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, yeah, that's kind of works against me for a long while,
Yeah.
because nobody knew that I did certain things. Like one of my biggest successes, the Format 1, the Solid Session, that a lot of people didn't even know I was the one behind it, and that one is still getting played. It's like it doesn't lose its power. It's 30 some years old and still get played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Another thing, to make a classic record right now. Make a classic record. Like how?
Yeah.
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 Classic now means units. That just means units. How many millions streams do you have? That is what is going on right now. So
Yeah, the streams, the likes,
yes, it's a whole different generation. Also, the TikTok generation. That's a whole different ballgame.
TikTok is, you know what?
And
At first,
it's booming
yeah,
right now. It's booming,
it is.
and I don't understand how they do it, but that's just booming. I see my track on there just blew up, like just overnight.
It is.
Overnight, just overnight, and everybody wants to know what you have done.
Wow.
And once you have that, then you have something in your hands. So it's but if that moment didn't happen, if that DJ wouldn't play that, it's all about moments in this game too. If that moment didn't happen, where the DJ played that song in that moment, where the film got made and it got posted, then I wouldn't have that.
Yep.
That same track would still sit on Bandcamp with no juice.
Right.
You see,
Yep.
This is what music is. Music is like a lottery to us, man. It's like we have a couple of lottery tickets. That's our tracks, right? Lottery 1, 2, 3. One of them is going to blow up eventually. Please.
Yeah. Just got to make time, like Timberland said. You got to make time to make beats.
Man, you got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to believe in yourself. And you got to have persistence, man. You got to have so much persistence in your body and soul. that nobody fucking can stop you.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
the power
system.
will I have, and that's why I'm still here. I think that's why I'm still here. What I'm doing. I think if I wouldn't have this power will, and mentally, I would have stopped like in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
I would have stopped.
Got to do an episode on how to use TikTok as a tool.
Well, yeah. These young cats know how to do it,
Mhm.
and
Talking
that's
It's
about
not
it,
hard. It's
but
not
me and
hard. It's not
yeah, but
hard,
we're not
Roberto.
young though.
No,
Say
I'll
again?
give you one tip. I'll give you one tip, what you can do on there, and it does work.
Cool.
Really simple. Do the same thing, and it could just be you sitting there with a book in your hand. But the point is consistency.
Yeah.
You just need
yeah,
to show up
yeah.
with this thing, because what happens to people, they scroll, and after about 7 times someone has seen you doing that same similar thing, they start coming back.
Right,
And
right.
they start, because I noticed, I tried this about a year ago. I tried this with these videos of me doing like this, and later I checked the analytics and everything, and I saw, okay, it's working. I had more sales on Bandcamp and more people reaching out just from doing
Yeah.
the same. That's all it was. It was like, okay, this is simple. Set the camera up.
Yeah.
I can make beats easily to make a little
I
loop,
have
and just,
I have a couple of accounts with them, but one of them has the most ones on there. I don't know how to get into it, so I have to figure out how to get back into it
Right.
because that's the one that I need to get in. I've really never been on that motherfucker, to be quite honest, but I
But
might have to.
maybe on
This is a
TikTok,
new
if you,
generation. It's a
yeah,
new generation, and you got to understand, people are so against new things, but new things is what's happening every day. Every
Right.
day. You got to go roll with it. You got to roll with new things, and you make it sometimes work for you, sometimes things don't. But make some things work for you instead of complaining. People complain too fucking much, man. Do some things because there's too much out there for us to use to make music.
Yeah, but it
You
can't.
know?
But none of these tools can replace the work. If you're not doing the work, you can have them as
Well,
tools.
no. A tool is just a tool. But if
yeah,
you are if you are a skilled producer, then you just have to make skilled producer music. There's a lot of people out there that don't have no skills, unfortunately, that do music, and a lot and get famous for different reasons. Maybe because they look better, or uh,
Or
whatever.
maybe they studied digital marketing or digital
Right, digital marketing. They have some
engineering.
team behind them that can throw them right there on there, put some money behind it because they
You
know it's
know,
going to work.
you
There's a
know.
lot of people now that look different at DJs too, because we have tons of female DJs now. Suddenly, I mean, I have no problem with female DJs at all. But be a good DJ. Have some substance, man. Because some of y'all just look good, and that's not I'm not
Yeah,
getting
but
excited about it. Maybe your next farmer board, but not me. And you're not tricking me into it. I can see when whoever has a heart and soul and put everything in it because they love the music and not
I
just
always,
want to be famous.
I
You
always
want to
like what
be
you just said. We can always target people that want to get famous, but what about those ones that do have talent? Let's talk more about the ones that have
right,
talent.
right. Because there's so many out there, and I
Because
see
we
it
can,
every
because
I
we can,
see it every day too, and I'm
yeah,
getting inspired by them.
yeah,
Trust me,
exactly,
because there's
exactly,
so many talent out there,
yeah,
and thank you for having that remark because let them come out all over the place. Like you can see it, Like I can learn from them. That's
mhm,
what I want to see. I want to see people that I can learn from or get inspired from.
yep,
That's how I always used to be. I used to be that when I was back in Holland. Back in Holland was Speedy J. I was inspired by back then. I was incredibly inspired by him, how he got his thing started back then, and the music was different back then. But you have always some people that inspire you along the way to do certain things, and that's the most important thing to keep
I mean,
being
in this in
inspired.
this in this industry, because I've been hearing a lot of this shift on who's not doing whatever. But why are we talking about them? Let's talk about, we talk about people that are where were you when you was trying to make it happen? You know what I'm saying? When you was shitty. Well, what about you when you just, and you got opportunity and you made you better and feel better. So for me, it was just like I'm listening a lot for talent, women, talented, whoever. That's okay. I would rather look for that.
Well,
instead
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
of course, of course, of course.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's our personal opinion, because we were talking about it as kind of like friends. But the corporate world don't look at it as that. They don't look at it as. They look at what can we sell.
Mhm.
Okay, and if this broad can't DJ for shit, but she is the hottest motherfucker in the world, then we want her DJ.
And
Now,
I think, that's
who's going to
life,
say
though.
anything about that? Nobody's going to really say anything about it, because first of the thing, she's female, she's hot, and then the most of the guys there in that festival type environment, they don't care. They like to look at that. They don't want to look at Orlando Voorn's old ass with his gray ass fucking goatee.
Yeah, but
No,
what about hot
let me
guys?
look at that. Let me look
Yeah,
at
you
that
talking about
chick.
hot women? What about hot guys?
Oh hell, mother cool.
Oh, I'm
Y'all
saying, no.
crazy. Y'all crazy.
No, but I'm saying this is
Gotta have some fun here too, man. Come on, that's funny. Okay, go ahead. I'm just
All
joking.
right, so like, this y'all is crazy. That went kind of a different way, but
Yeah, but it's just hey.
yeah. All right, so to wrap this up, it's been a great talk.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot of
And
lessons.
females, I love
Ooh.
y'all. I'm not against females. Don't get angry at me.
No,
There you go. I love y'all.
a
We
lot
love y'all.
females,
No
y'all.
problem.
So it ain't nothing bad, nothing meant bad.
No.
So my last question then to get this kind of closed up. What's your favorite record? Or let me rephrase that. What's your favorite song of all time in any genre? It could be anything. What's your favorite? Like,
Oh my God.
you could not go without ever listening to this song again. What's your favorite song?
Ooh, not ever. Oh my God, that's so hard question. Damn, that's a hard one. I would have to say Rush, Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Because musically, it took me already to places that were far beyond what I should have been when I was that young. So that's a very important record to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to remember that one.
So it's not a techno record.
No. That's a nice song.
Oh, Tom Sawyer, Rush.
Yeah.
Very
It's
nice.
symphonic rock.
Oh yeah, I'm checking it. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Mr. Voorn, we thank you for joining us today, man.
Yes, we do.
It's my pleasure, man.
And
I had to set some things straight, so I was like, this was a good moment. Thank you for having me.
thank you.
Blessings to being on the show,
Blessings.
man.
Yeah, so let's give it up, man. Yeah, we appreciate it. So before we let you go, where can people find you? And
Yes.
you have anything? I know you said you got some current projects that are coming up really soon.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of projects coming up. I got one on Carl's. What's it? Shit, I even forgot his name. But Greggy one's from the Scotland label. That has a real good. It's a vinyl as well, 4-tracker. Then right now I have out a compact, Numb Denial. The So Deep remix coming out on compact as well. There's stuff on Triangle, my label that I run with Paul Danton. We do that too. Then I have stuff coming out on my own label with Detroit Bookie Ensemble. On that label as well, Detroit Bookie Ensemble comes another single out with artists on there. This time with Reggie Dokes. We got Gary Romales on there, and we got Santonio Eccles and his crew on there. So, and then I have also the flutist Han Litz on there. Soul Stage is another label of mine that's coming out with another EP. There's a lot of things coming out, man, left and right, really. Electro stuff is coming out. It's out now with DJ Godfather database.
Okay.
It's called Detroit is the name, and he done a remix for that as well. Then there's so much more coming. I mean, I can't keep on going, really.
How recent are these releases coming?
The Numb
like a
Denial
liquid.
the Numb Denial is just out, so that's on compact.
The compact, that's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah, it does really well at streams, really, to be quite surprising. Yeah, you can check my Instagram really when you want to be updated with the new releases coming out. You can see it all on Instagram.
Okay.
My Bandcamp is also very much in effect. Bandcamp Orlando Voorn, and
Right.
so you got a couple of those, but the one that says original one that's mine.
Okay.
So I do a lot on there too, and I do a lot of bootleg things. Like I remix a lot of stuff. I just take whatever I please, really, and remix it and put it on there. And that's the only place where I could really do that. And that works too. It's called the GOAT Series.
Cool. Well, I know people go check them out. There are links in the description of the show, both here and on Instagram. Go check him out. Hear the music, support. If you happen to get a chance to go see him live, go see him.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Give it up for Orlando Voorn, y'all.
Peace.
All right. All right. That was a great interview.
Yes, it was very informing. A lot of things I didn't know as we dug deep, and he unpacked a lot of information about his past.
I appreciate his vulnerability. He let it out there. That was nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Wears his heart on his sleeve, man. Salt of the earth.
And I'm glad that the people that actually be able to see some of this, like, from especially somebody who's been in the game doing this for that long, they understand that, we all have our trials and tribulations and things happen, and we able to overcome them. And I think a lot of that is missing, that people don't really know the backstory. So it's not all about the glitz and glamour. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that don't go right, as he showed us, and you see where you can, put your mind to it and overcome it. So
in order to keep that confidence and that level of persistence, you got to have, like he said, that talent.
Yeah,
he got that. Yeah, he got this. He got them skills.
Yeah,
he got them skills because
he does.
Really
he does.
Yeah, it's a great interview. It was really good. Really good.
I'm looking forward to hearing this stuff on Compact because I like Compact.
Mm-hmm. And Mercedes, thank you for tuning in, Mercedes. I haven't seen you in a while, but thank you. Thank you for everybody for actually checking out. So let's clean up a few things before that goes. So Donnell, what is this?
Find the final pieces of the puzzle came together.
I love it.
Me and Mr. Xavier.
I love it.
One of the men behind Man-Made Mastering. Everybody knows Tim Xavier, but this is something that's been long in the works. We should have had it done, and I'm gonna put the blame on both of us. not just me or Tim, because I could have moved a lot faster too.
Yeah.
Sometimes life, as Orlando said, you get off the road.
Amen.
Take a little break and you get back on, But I believe that everything has its time.
Right.
Right now is the time for this thing to drop. If it maybe would have dropped sooner, who knows what would have happened.
Yeah. So speaking of dropping, I got this in my promo bucket last night, actually. So Tim Xavier and our own very Donnell, aka D-KNOX, with the Soulcraft EP release is dropping July 17th. That's the date I have. If it changes, I think we'll let you know, but I think that's the date on Tim Xavier's label, Face to Face Records. So every track I've heard on here is dope as hell. So guys, watch out for this one. Will be available both vinyl and digital. So go check that out.
Well, one of the tracks is, remember when we had him on here for an interview and he was going to the track, he said, I told him to, hey, don't touch nothing, leave it.
That's that.
So one of them is on there. Yeah. That was the
I
one.
got it on my promo mix.
I was like, hey man, he was doing something. And I was like, no, stop.
Yeah.
Just leave it. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
good, man. You don't need to fix it. Just leave it alone. Trust me. Just do this, that. And
yeah,
he actually listened to me that time. And then boom. So I said, I told you, man, sometimes, you might have I'm not saying I'm the golden years, but you might have the golden years for the moment.
Right.
You might hear that thing, and see that, hey, okay, leave it. It's cool as it is. It's the same as somebody making banana pudding back in the day.
Xavier,
That's enough.
Give me the release,
All right.
Don't need.
Shadow has that going. So this coming weekend, we're kind of do a little things a little different now. So I mean, we kind of promote more of our own stuff too. So this weekend coming up, I will be in Grand Rapids on 6/20 for the Solstice party. Me, Justin David, Skylock, Silence, and Repeal. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, but sundown to sun up, they celebrating the solstice. So in Grand Rapids, more info to come. If you need it, hit me up personally. It's not a private event, but it's a secret location event, so we can't really share that on the air right now. But hit me up or look out for more information. 6/20, so it's next Saturday. I will be in Grand Rapids doing this. Also coming up June 26th through June 28th, our friends over at the Techtroid Electronic Music Festival will be going on. Go check it out. Me and alongside my brother Plural will be rocking. I think Plural's on the 26th and I'm on the 28th, but go check it out. It's a dope lineup. DJ Roach, Frankie Bones is going to be there. Plural, of course. A guy called Gerald and Mike Banks are performing together.
That's really interesting.
Godfather, Stacey Highwax is there. I'm there. Juan Atkins is going back to back with somebody, and Blake Baxter. So it's going to be a great festival, but best of all, it's free. So go check it out. Techtroid, June 26th through June 28th. So in 2 weeks. So for more information, go to www.techtroid.com for more info. Please go there, support. They're also looking for people to help volunteer. And so go check it out. You can also donate to the cause. So like I said, it's free, but anything you can help support with this festival, please do it. And it's actually dope. Yeah. Crazy lineup. Yeah, it's really dope. So that's that. And also, friends of the show, Lincoln Street Soap. My girl Mo is actually here in Flint today until 5:00. So if you need your soap hookup, go check it out. If you're in Flint, go check it out. You can also go online, like at the bottom at the code to scroll and save some cash. Use promo code MS Live to save. I think it's 15% on any order. So you can actually go in person to go get the soap, or you can go online. She will also be in Grand Rapids next week, June 20th, at the Easttown Bazaar on the corner of Wealthy and Sigsbee in Easttown. And she will also be on Sunday for the Summer Solstice Market downtown Grand Rapids. So go check it out. And the last day she has is June 28th to June 29th, the Lavender Festival in Primerville, Ohio. So it's a Lavender Festival. So anyway, go check her out if you're anywhere in Grand Rapids or in Ohio and you want to meet her in person and get the soap, or just go online. You can also get the soap there. So what else we got? Oh, yeah, booking, position 2 booking. If you want to book me or Donnell, or actually Roberto too, please go to position2bookings.com. We are there. You can check us out. There's info there on the different artists, all that stuff. one spot. Dope artist, one spot. Position 2 bookings. Go check us out there. We always promote this D-KNOX Sonic Mind Bandcamp page for the latest, the newest, the latest, and the oldest is new late now that you can go and get downloads. So check it out. Sonic Mind Records on Bandcamp. It's there. I also have my own podcast somewhere in podcast on my SoundCloud page is a spot there. You can go check it out in a playlist. So SoundCloud /Myles Sergé sets somewhere in podcast. Check it out. New one probably coming up in another month from now. And Roberto, I'll let you take this one since you're there. And you're muted, sir. He muted himself. So, Decisive Podcast Series, it's there. Go check it out on YouTube. That's Roberto's podcast. Show him some love, like, share, and subscribe there. Great interviews, in-depth interviews with great artists.
Yeah,
I can hear you now. Are you talking?
Yeah, my apology. Thank you so much for the support, Myles. We just had just before your show, I had a show on. It's on right now. A new episode number 4 with Genji Yoshida. We talk a lot about AI. We talk a lot about the struggles and how to get through. He's the one that designed my design for the Decisive Podcast Series. Very good episode with Zoe and I. Check that out. Also got a couple of releases out with Robert Owens, Where You At remixed, Distortion Field with Groove Point is out, and then Hakim Murphy, our boy, on Endeavor's Prince. That's also out on Emotion, Head Knocks remix by myself. Yeah, and that's on Bandcamp. And then look for next episode coming up. I got a lot of good stuff coming up on the Decisive Podcast Series. Thank you for having me, Myles. And
so make sure to go check that out too. So next week, our next guest.
Nice.
Sunday, June 21st, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. CET. The one and only Victoria Musi will be joining us straight from Uruguay. So it's going to be dope artist, good friend of mine. Check her out. It's going to be here next week. So, got to close this out the right way. Ooh,
Myles, you did a good job, man.
I'm trying to, man.
You're becoming a great voice.
Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing. Lets people know that we're here. So hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button.
That button.
We are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So go there and check us out. If you want to hear us and you can't see us or just don't want to see us, go check us out there. We greatly appreciate it. And while you're there, please subscribe or like or however you do there, the favorite, so you know when we do up-to-date shows and all that stuff is there. Follow us on Instagram, MS Live with D-KNOX. Ooh, MS Live with D-KNOX on Instagram and Twitter, now known as X. At Myles Sergé. I mean, I said I can't even talk, bro. At MS Live with D-KNOX. MS Live with D-KNOX. MS Live with D-KNOX on X. Go check it out. Roberto, do your job. Email Roberto. Well, us, but it goes to Roberto.
God.
Yes. This is the guy.
You guys gonna kill me. Get all these.
The face right there. MS Live with D-KNOX at gmail.com. Send them all
the trash.
Everything. I won't even say trash. It's gonna be some good stuff. Send Roberto some love, but we try to keep him employed, but it's with that calorie, ain't nothing happening. You can't keep him. Support the show. Donate to PayPal, MS Live with D-KNOX at gmail.com, or scan this QR code that was there briefly, but it's there. It's there. So if you want to help support, that'd be great. We greatly appreciate it. It helps pay these bills on here. So I'm just trying to see what's going to happen with Donnell, because, usually it's like a bull coming somewhere. The lights go out.
Keep it real simple today, this week, guys. Real simple. So, guys,
take us out.
As you all know,
I'm just wishing you all, everyone that tuned in and watched, very productive and safe and high vibrational week ahead. May all your dreams and passions come true this week. And show me them double horns if you need to. And join my you see, we off to see the wizard.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Like we said, go back, hit that like button, subscribe, y'all. Yes. That's the biggest thing. I don't want to have to send down all over here with the horns. And, it might end a different way. But anyway, see y'all soon next week, I believe. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you check out our friends at the end. Check them out. We greatly appreciate it. Peace and love and soul. We out.
Peace.